It's Thursday, and the week actually just swing by. It's been a bit of a different week this week. I'm actually hosting a group of Finnish growth entrepreneurs and CEOs that are visiting Singapore. So I help to plan some of their program. We're visiting various companies, learning about business environment in Singapore, learning about the latest trends and kind of the future visions. Yesterday, I actually wish I had the camera with me. We had a super interesting day. We visited PayPal and their innovation lab. We visited GovTech, which is a government agency that basically helps to implement a lot of the digitalization initiatives in Singapore as a part of this smart nation vision that Singapore has. We also visited Block 71, which is where Singapore's startup boom started about 7-8 years ago. So the startup ecosystem in Singapore is really young, and Block 71 was actually the first kind of incubator, accelerator and co-working space in Singapore in One North. And then we visited MediaCorp, which is one of Singapore's two main media companies. Learned a little bit about the media industry in Singapore, as well as their efforts to stay relevant and digitalize and do corporate innovation and work with startups. And then we finished the day off by attending an event on Nordic leadership in Asia Pacific. So it's been a super busy day. I mean, every day this week has been like 15-16 hours altogether, but really fun. We've got a really great group as well. And now it's 8:40 in the morning on Thursday, and we are continuing our week. First up is SG Innovate. So here we are with the group of Finnish top entrepreneurs from Finland. We are sitting in a minibus. There's a couple more.
Hello.
We're on our way to our next visit, which is at Padang at Co. They're working with a lot of corporates, helping them with innovation, with startup collaboration. So we're going to hear a little bit more from them. So we are at Padang & Co. at level 3, Maple Tree Business City. Getting to know a little bit about Unilever Digital Foundry. So it's been really interesting to hear how Padang is helping Unilever to work with startups, what kind of briefs they actually do to encourage startups to help them solve some of their problems. And now we're taking a little look around the co-working space here with the group. Interesting and exciting to see increasingly so many big companies and corporates to actually get involved with startups and get involved in the startup game and really trying to work out good ways to work together. And I think for the startups it's a fantastic opportunity. Very often people think it's all about just getting the funding, but in fact it's actually a lot about getting clients and getting other resources and getting partners, strategic partners that can actually help to get you ahead of the game. So really interesting. So walking in Clarke here on our way to Events Hotel Huone, which is like a creative space for meetings and events, and we're gonna have the rest of the afternoon here listening to some really interesting speakers about investment landscape in Southeast Asia, about blockchain, about equity-based crowdfunding, and a case story of TenX, which is going to be interesting. They raised $80 million in ICO and are really kind of bringing new ways of payments to consumers. So really looking forward to that.
The first thing we did was, and the first thing our investors asked us was, how big is Southeast Asia exactly? If I would compare it to China or to India, how big is the investment opportunity? And to be honest, we had quite some difficulty answering that question. So we did a study here in Singapore with 2 universities, and we literally said, if I would look at China 10 years ago, and if I would look at India 5 years ago, how would they compare to Southeast Asia in terms of number of companies, different verticals like fintech or e-commerce or logistics or gaming, the number of investment rounds and the size. So if you would plot all those data points, you would actually literally see that Southeast Asia now looks like China 12 years ago in terms of venture investing and the startup ecosystem. And the same goes for India 5 years ago. Now, of course, the biggest difference is India is one country. They at least have sort of one language, and the same goes for China. So expanding a company across China, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's easier because at least it's one regulation, one language, one government. If you would expand a company here in Southeast Asia, you would have to conquer at least 7 or 8 countries with different governments, different currencies, different languages, different cultures.
$8 billion raised in ICOs last year. The first 3 months of this year, we're at nearly $3 billion. So it's not going away. However, it's going to get far more professional, and we're going to see a lot more institutional money coming into the space.
I think first is the technology that we want to do. Without going into really super detail, there's a lot of blockchain actually at the moment, right? 1,500, I think, blockchains in the world. And from what I see, or what we believe is, it's not going to be the winner take all. I think what would be great would be, because each blockchain has really each specific set of what they can do good, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, or even private blockchains. And what we want to do is actually we want to connect all these blockchains into a network. And what we use as an analogy is really when you connect a lot of network, like a private network or intranet or computers, when you connect it together, you make it more liquid. You make information more accessible, and then you can think of it as the same thing. When you connect a lot of money, value into one network, it's become very interesting.
Okay, so today we actually heard a really cool presentation from TenX, from Paul, who is the co-founder of TenX. So tell us a little bit about how you guys are changing the world.
So we really want people to actually know about cryptocurrency, use it, spend it, try it out. So if you want to, you can search for TenX online, download an app and try to use it.
That's amazing. These guys are really rocking it, really making the future of payments, bringing Bitcoins and Ethereums to everybody, and lots of other currencies coming up as well. So these are the guys to watch.
Happy to see you soon. Bye bye.
So tonight's dinner looks like this. Singaporean delicacies. There's some black pepper crab, frog legs, and then of course the chili crab over there, and bamboo clams. Super good. And this is how we all look like. So we have this fashionable tablecloths, or whatever these are called, because I think we're gonna need them when we're gonna be eating the crab. So let's see how it goes. So we're just coming from our last session at WeWork, where we learned about setting up your business in Singapore, how to do that, how to recruit people, what are some of the legal practices. Super interesting, and now we're in a minibus on our way to the hotel, and then we're gonna have some dinner. So, do you guys have any comments about like what did you learn this week about Singapore?
ICO is the thing.
ICO is the thing. And so, okay. This is how excited the Finns are after 1 week of So are you gonna be coming to Singapore to start your businesses?
Exactly, yes.
I just heard that I will get a lot of sote tokens with this. But yeah, I thought we will be millionaires, but I get jokes.
Only Finns will understand that joke. But it's been a busy week, great week, and now it's time for some well-deserved dinner and relaxation. So it is an end of a busy day with Boardman, the group of Finnish entrepreneurs from Finland. I think I might look a little bit tired, but actually I'm actually super excited about the week. We've had such a great program, even though I said it myself. We've visited a lot of exciting companies, and most of all we've gotten to know a little bit more of the Singapore ecosystem. I'm obviously really familiar with it already, but for a lot of the Finns it was the first time that they've actually been to Singapore, especially in the business environment. Next week I'm going to be vlogging from Slush Singapore office, more of my usual everyday life. Of course this week was quite different, but next week you'll see what the normal day-to-day looks like for me here in Singapore. See you next week.